everybody, welcome back to my anime react channel, Gizanime. Today we're going to be trying out the return of the disaster class hero. Since solo leveling has officially ended, I thought we were going to get a final chapter this week to kind of wrap up everything that happened, afterwards, because apparently there's a lot more left, or, well, not a lot left, but it goes into detail about what happened with Jinwoo, and he eventually marries Sha Hyen. Not really sure how to pronounce their names again, but he marries her, and it just goes into more detail about what happened. But I digress. We're going to try something new. So the really brief synopsis of this series is that a really powerful man helps out these other entities and to defeat like this greater evil, from what I've gathered, and they actually betray him and kill him after he helps them, and he's like reincarnated later, and it's your basic, like, I guess, revenge type story. So we'll see how things pan out from here. What I plan on doing is reading 2 chapters a week until I'm caught up, and we'll see how it goes, because with solo leveling, I started getting copyright strikes and things of that nature at the end of the series. Like when, like the last few chapters, I started getting like strikes on things that I reacted to quite some time back. And I actually got an actual strike on one of them. So if anything happens like that with this manhwa, I'll just drop it and figure something else out. But I'm hoping that doesn't happen. And with this being so fresh, we can start something really new together as a family, as a group, and just experience this new chapter of this channel together. So with that said, let's get on to this though. See what it's about, see what happens, and I'll see you there. Alright everybody, so this is chapter 0. I guess this is like a prelude to what happens, so it sets up, the story itself. So with that said, let's get on to it and see what we're getting into. Alright, so we have a world burning quite a lot, actually. A disaster fell upon the world.
You don't say!
Alright, then whatever this thing is. It was a disaster that was harder to endure than anything humanity had ever faced before. Okay, so we are getting all kinds of different creatures and entities and powers and beings. Like, this centipede is pretty huge. This guy looks pretty big, especially compared to these guys, who are way bigger than these guys, who are probably way bigger than people. So the scaling already is off the charts. Like, if this guy's like 15 foot tall, then this guy's got to be 35, 40 feet tall. Then this guy's got to be, 200, 220. And I'm not even going to guess this, and this, whatever this monstrosity is, beyond compare. And humanity fell into its greatest chaos yet against the overwhelming existences. Unknown civilization, hand over the people if you want to live. Okay. So hand over the people, what does that mean? Like hand over the humans so that we won't kill everybody? So I guess they wanted the hiding? Okay, this looks like some kind of a government official. USA, the monsters are trying to use humans as food. We cannot accept their demands. Exactly. Humanity called the unknown existences that appear all of a sudden calamities. Wow, everybody out here trying to have fun at the beach, and all of a sudden this huge ass thing just comes out of the ocean. to kill everybody. There are already scary enough things in the ocean to have to contend with that monstrosity. Humanity even resorted to using nuclear weapons against the overflowing calamities, which is probably where we see like all the red and the fire. That's probably what caused all that. So are we saying that these nukes had no effect, right? However, it was as if they thought that the nuclear weapons were a bonfire, not a scratch. They destroyed the city as they danced. I wonder if we find out where they came from and why, though. With any sliver of hope gone, and alright, so I don't know if this is our MC here or not, but somebody's standing up against them with pure balls of steel, as everyone was waiting for death. Okay, so he jumps at it really quickly and slices through it. They appeared. Oh yeah, he hacked right through whatever the world that thing is. The 13 Zodiacs. Alright. So I'm wondering if these 13 Zodiacs came from the same world that these creatures came from, so they're better suited to fight them. So whoever these 13 are aren't exactly people. Humanity called the 12 humans who were blessed by what they called divine gods saints. Okay, so they were humans? The 12 humans who were blessed by what they called divine gods saints. And there's only 12 of them, so where did we get 13? Is 13 our MC? Although they used the power of the gods, they were blessed by a 13th human who awakened without a divine god's blessing appeared. Okay. So a 13th that wasn't blessed somehow boosted the other 12's power? Because it says they were blessed by the 13th human, which would be our MC. The 13th one is. That is me, Lee Gion. Gion? We're going to go with Gion. Actually, we're probably just going to go with Lee. To kill the key of the calamities, the Crimson Eyes. We gathered at the Demon Tower where it lives. Alright, so I guess they went to go face off against, like, the head of the whatever these calamities are, and once they dealt with it, things would go back to normal. Well then, shall we go? My dog in the background sleeping really good. I don't know if you can hear her snoring. Alright. So our boy does look pretty imposing here. Especially with this massive scar on his head. Something got him good. And went to clear the Demon Tower with the 12 Saints. What happened? Why did only 12 of you return? What happened to Korea's hero, Lee Gyeon? Well, for what I've read in the Synapsis, they killed him. Leguan chose death for the sake of humanity. Alright, fake crying. God, this is bullshit. Oh, look at him smiling inside. Though I did bet my life, I didn't sacrifice myself. What really happened was... Okay, so this was the beginning panel with this huge demonic looking beast. So I guess this was the leader that they were fighting. Okay, so they decapitated him.
Off with his head!
We barely managed to defeat the Crimson Eyes. The bastards, they really ran off and left me here. Oh wow, he lost an arm. So it definitely was not an easy fight. But I barely managed to defeat... Did they run off and leave him to fight that thing on his own?
Cowards!
So they had no, like, confidence in their own ability to beat it, including his, like, all together. So they got there, pissed off this dude, and then hightailed it out for him to just do by himself. Wow. And then they run him through. What real cowards. What?
Bullshit.
Yeah, I agree. One of the bastards that I thought had run away stabbed a dagger in my back and trapped me in the worst place that I could never escape from. And as if to tell me not to get lonely, I was put together with all of these large friends. Oh shit. My left arm is severed. And I can't even lift my right arm. It's probably better to just die here. Yeah, we aren't quitters though, so that's not happening. Or else this wouldn't even be a story. Phew. Something happened? Get a second breath? Don't make me laugh. Wow, our one-armed boy looks really imposing. You think I'll just go down like this?
This is not gonna happen.
There's no way I'll die like this. And jumps back up at whatever that thing is with the one eye. And the chapter ends here. So before we head to the next chapter, quickly, let's go over what's happened in this chapter. So we got our MC, Leguan, betrayed by the other 12 saints after what I believe is because he says they ran off and one of them I guess was hiding. So like I said earlier, it feels like when they got to this Crimson Eyes creature, they hightailed it out of there for him to just 1v1 this thing. And I don't know if they did it because they didn't think they could beat the Crimson Eyes guy, or because they just wanted the Crimson Eyes guys to kill Leguan in the first place. And why they want him to kill him is, I guess, going to be like revealed in the story later. But I feel like it might already be something to do with they're either afraid of his power because he's so strong that he was able to 1v1 this thing, or it's like a pride thing. He's so strong and they're not, compared that they can't handle it, and wanted this guy or this creature to get rid of him so that they can become the top of the food chain. And there's another possibility Because it says earlier that they're given power by, I guess separate entities or gods or deities or whatever. And he's not. So they might think that he's getting his power from like this realm or something, or demonic power, and that's why they're afraid of it or him. But regardless of what it is, it boils down to probably pride. So he's left down there to fend for himself, and they don't think that he's going to come back. But the synapsis says that 20 years later he pops back up. So he's been down there for 20 years when we see him return. Now, I'm curious to see if he manages to befriend some of the creatures down in this world and use them to help him to defeat these 12 saints later on, which would be an interesting twist. But we'll have to see as the chapters progress if that's what happens or not. But with that said, let's get on to the next chapter, which is chapter 1, actually, because this is chapter 0, a prelude. So let's get on to it and see what happens. Alright, everybody, chapter 1. Gion. Now, I don't know if this is like a prelude to them even getting the powers now, and this is where we're starting out, is before all that even happened, and we've got to work ourselves back up to the moment he gets killed.
Good guess, but actually no.
Or this is a flashback. Listen to me carefully. You're going to die tomorrow.
What did you say, punk?
Okay, thanks for the heads up. Sagittarius Saint Hugo Otters. What? Oh, Takso, why do you want me to die so badly? Oh, Takso is Hugo Otter's Korean name. Okay, well, we're just gonna go with Hugo. Ah. I wonder what did this to his face. That's crazy. It's because I'm eating 2 drumsticks, right? Yeah, that's totally it, dude. You're eating 2 sticks of chicken. So that's why you're gonna die. It's not Otaxo. I'm Hugo Otters. Okay. I mean, it is technically the same thing. Just said differently. Well, I understand why you're worried, but I'm not going to die, friend. The amount of calamities that I've killed is way more than all of you 12 saints combined. Oh, so Hugo is one of the 12 saints. Do you think I'd die? I wonder if Hugo's the one that killed him. Or if this was like a joint effort in the first place. Maybe some of them were against it or were unaware, because like he said in last chapter, there was only one that stayed behind. So maybe he doesn't know. He does have this nervous look, so it's possible he is aware of what's going to happen. Demon Tower. The place where the worst calamity that annihilated humanity lives. This all started on the last day of the 20th century. The calamities appeared out of nowhere one day and drove humans into a corner with overwhelming power. Just when humans were engulfed in chaos and horror, 12 gods who called themselves the divine gods appeared. They promised humans that they'd give them the power to overcome the calamities. And they selected 12 awakened to receive that power, but something unexpected had happened. A 13th had awakened had appeared. Okay. and that person had not received any blessings from any god. I wonder if they're trying to tie this into like biblical stories, because I've stated this before, but I'm a Christian, and the way that they have this snake around him makes me think of Satan, because Satan is related to a snake, and also in the Garden of Eden, he's referred to as a snake. I guess like he inhabited a snake's body or something. And I'm wondering if that's kind of what they're giving off here, is that his power awakened not from the gods, but from Satan, or something to that effect. Not sure if that's where they're going with this, but just off like cursory glance, that's kind of where I'm going with this. And to top it all off, that awakened was overwhelmingly strong. Exactly. So I get the feeling that they're like really, like, look at this. This is probably them, and they're just like butthurt over how strong he is. Also, let's take a quick glance at this. What the world happened to this dude? Like, look, it looks like he got slashed on his neck, like he was decapitated at some point. His whole face is really marred. Like, part of his jaw, I guess, is gone. And it looks like his fingers were severed and reattached, because this is not flush with his finger. Like, it goes over and, like, all of them. It looks weird. Like he was just Frankenstein together or something. When compared to the rest of the 12 saints, who is that, you say? Like, look at this. That's me. This dude just like killed all of these things by himself. Which really makes me wonder in the previous chapter how they even managed to kill him. Like, aside from the fact that I guess he was really weary and really tired from killing the Crimson Eyes beast, you would think that he would perceive them coming up behind him. But for the sake of plot, I guess, like I said, he was just so fatigued from the fight that he just couldn't move. Lee Gion. Thanks, Gion. Thanks to you, we were able to conquer the Demon Tower this time. Oh, Hugo, don't give me lip service. Just buy me fried chicken for 5 years. Oh, this guy really likes his chicken. Are you sick of fried chicken? And I've already told you several times that I'm not Otaksu, I'm Hugo Otters. Yeah, we know. And I can't get used to that. Look at this dude's face. He looks like an old dude. If we eliminate the Crimson Eye this time around, we will probably receive incredible rewards, right? Okay, so this girl is just in there for the money. And apparently so is this guy. I wonder if that might be part of why they killed him. The fame and money. No matter who says what, since this is the worst calamity, let's make sure we can get at least 100 billion won. Okay, yeah. Let's settle with being able to stay in a 7-star hotel in Hawaii for 10 years. Yeah. These looks that they're giving him say a whole lot about their personalities. It's not just pride, it's greed. Because several countries are on the verge of bankruptcy due to the Crimson Eye. Yeah, asking for 100 billion won is After like all the destruction going on around the world, these people are extremely greedy. Like, these deities or whatever it is that gave them these powers really didn't do their homework or something. I don't know. Hey, Legion. You need to get a lot of money in order for you to make deals with us, though. This guy over here looking all intimidating and shit, but they've already established that Gion is way stronger than them, so him trying to look all powerful and boastful, this isn't working. Only then can you fix up your face that used to be handsome and your injured body, isn't that right? When put nicely, they're called saints, but they're actually just thugs who care about themselves. Yeah, I've gotten that. Look at this. Look at their evil little faces. These people are not saints. Alright, and don't go running to a site where an incident has occurred immediately just because they called for you. We need a certain number of victims caused by the incident, so they'll give us more reward money.
Shut up!
Yo, these petty shits want people to die so they get more money. Whatever, let's just get going. Disgusting bastards. Once we defeated the Crimson Eye, I'm going to cut off any connections I have with them. I almost thought he was going to say, I'm just going to do away with them. I.e. take them out. This is much more than you thought. The Demon Tower's boss. Crimson Eye. To think we'd feel such pressure just from it looking at us. Alright, getting ready to fire a breath attack at all of them as they turn tail to run out of there. Alright, the ground is cracking underneath them. Gion, I guess, gets hit by some kind of fire-based attack or something. I don't know if this was like some kind of trap that the Crimson Eyes had set up or an attack. Alright, but the ground explodes underneath them as they are all sent flying. And holy cow. That is pretty powerful looking. I don't know if it goes through the bottom of the tower all the way through the top, or if they're at the top of the tower and it just goes through the top of it. That's a massive tower, though. Look at them all quaking in their boots. Alright, there's magma and fire literally everywhere. Huge gaping hole in the center of this place, and this Crimson Eyes is just standing there. We know how the story ends with this guy, though, because you know we saw it last chapter. But alright, she's telling everybody to run away. All that bravado out the window in an instant. So, okay, I recant my "they left him there to die" part, because they're just running because they're so scared. So they didn't just go in there and then back off and, you know, 1v1 this guy while we escape or something. But they're running just because they're so scared. So they're still dicks. How are we supposed to fight against something like that? Let's run. You guys dare to call yourselves saints? Well, it doesn't matter. In any case, the person who be defeating the Crimson Eye would be, obviously, you. Me, Legion. This guy really likes to reiterate what his name is. Okay. So the battle begins with these two. Lee flies into the air, coming down on his head. It's just bullshit. In the end, I got hit by a sword and fell into a trap. It's just bullshit. The English translation has a little bit to be desired. How much time has passed? What is it like outside now? Is the flow of time within the tower and outside the tower different? Well, that's kind of an interesting thought. I'm too lazy to think about all of this. Right now, I just want to... Okay. I don't know what's going on. Has he been fighting like this whole time? So he beat the Crimson Eyes like their boss, and they're all still just trying to beat him. I must keep slashing, because this place is full of these things. Like, where do they keep coming from? This is crazy. Holy cow. That's insane. How long the panel just keeps going with all of these. Just to, like, throw in your face that this is an overwhelming number of these creatures that this guy is having to struggle against with one arm, and more than likely extremely fatigued. A special trap that summons infinite calamities. Okay, yeah. So these things are just going to keep coming. So I take back my earlier statement about I wonder if he's going to stay here so long that he befriends any of them, because that's not happening. Do you think that just this would be enough to kill me? Well, given your current condition and the number of these things there are, maybe. Like, just how powerful is this dude? Because they tell us that he's much stronger than the other Saints, but like this gap in power is quite impressive. I'll definitely survive this and tear off the damn heads of those fucking bastards.
Wow.
As time passed, 20 years later, exactly. See, like I said, he looks like he's just been Frankenstein together. Or I say Frankenstein together. Frankenstein was the doctor or the scientist. The actual creature is just called the monster. Everybody just refers to it as Frankenstein for some reason.
We don't care.
His leg looks like it was just reattached. So this guy's body is just all kinds of messed up. Impossible. How did you reach this place? You're the last one left. Look how old he is. This is like overflowing gray hair, this long mustache, this beard. Save me. Is there anyone out there? No, there's no one. His hair is long as shit, dude. That's crazy. Like, he's just wearing their heads. His foot's all scarred up. His long nails, just scars everywhere from the battle. So, like, some of these creatures have definitely gotten him and, wounded him. But in these 20 years, I really wonder if, like, this dude has slept much at all. Because it seems like he's been constantly fighting. Spare me! And then crushes his head. So, is this finally over? He has killed the last one in this place. Okay, now the ceiling is falling in. I finally get out. So, where do we go from here now? Now. Okay, yeah, I guess he just fell down. But like I said, that fatigue. Constant, non-stop battling. Okay, so an open sky amongst a bunch of ruins of buildings. Run quickly.
Ah!
I told you not to go over there, didn't I? Okay, how could I have known it was supposed to be safe today? How would I know that we'd meet high rank calamities? Okay, so like a bunch of huge dire wolves or something. We're goners. Yo, this guy is so scared he's laughing. The fortune teller said that I'd meet an unimaginable monster today. He was spot on. Okay, so it's jumping at them and it smashes into a wall around them. Ah! Cuck. Dang it. If only Li Gizanime had survived the Demon Tower, then a calamity like this wouldn't be a problem. You don't say. So, is this Hugo? I think this is Hugo. So, with that said, I don't think that they all knew what was happening. And the obese guy and the girl, or who I guess they want us to think is the one who stabbed him, which makes me think it was somebody else in the party that did it. Because we see them running away first too, so I doubt that they would have hung back to possibly get caught up in the aftermath of the battle that they were having. So I doubt it was them. Alright. Tower doors are opening. Are they like right by the tower doors? Bright light emanating from the tower and a huge explosion. Alright, all kinds of debris are flying everywhere. And a crater just in the middle of the city. Our boy Gil is probably like an epicenter of the whole thing. Ugh, what happened? How was I supposed to know? Jimin! There's a human coming out of the collapsed tower. What? A human? Yo, Gion is not human. This dude is so strong, it's absurd. Hey, wait. Is his arm back? His arm is back.
Good.
Huh. And his body looks more intact. How dare you guys stab me in the back and push me into a trap? He's not happy. Yo, look, his whole face is healed. Like every part of him is back to normal. Screw you guys are all going to die. And that's the chapter. Alright, so a quick synopsis of everything that's gone on so far. We get chapter 0 is basically like how it happened, or what happened. And chapter 1 is how it happened. So we get this guy who was betrayed by the 12 Saints. Now, I don't know if they all betrayed him, or if just like there was just one in particular, because only one stabbed him, so the other 11 might not have even known what was going on. They just might be greedy, good-for-nothing people, but I don't know if they would necessarily all have come to the conclusion that we needed to kill Gion. Him wanting to kill them all might be a bit presumptuous on his part. There's definitely one of them that did it. I don't think it was Hugo. Hugo seemed like he was really on his side, but at the same time, it being Hugo would make it a bit interesting, but at the same time, some of the things that are said, like when he talks about, if he didn't die in the tower, they wouldn't have this issue that they're going through now. Something like this just seems like out of character for somebody who knows that they killed him, if he in fact is the one that killed him or stabbed him. This whole line right here seems like it's really just there to throw us off and out of place if he is in fact the one that did it. And again, I go back to the other two, the girl and the obese looking guy. Those two are made to seem like more likely candidates, which makes me think that they're not. Not to mention the fact, again, like I said, they ran out first. So they were not trying to get caught up in that. They knew they were outmatched and they just wanted to get the hell out of there. So they ran for their lives. So that leaves 9 others that could possibly be the one that stabbed him. So we'll have to go through them later as the chapters progress to try to, figure out maybe which one it is. But those 3 so far, I don't think are the likely candidates. And again, I don't think that this was like some team effort, because he seems really just unaware of what happened. This whole line should read, if we didn't kill Gion, then this wouldn't be a problem, or if what's his name didn't kill Gion, something to that effect. So this makes me believe that he's innocent of what's going on, naive of what happened, and now Gion is out to get him without any real just cause, because he's not looking at the whole picture. He's letting his anger get the best of him. But with that said, let me know what you all thought of this couple chapters. Let me know if you all want me to continue reading this at all, or if there's maybe something else that would be more interesting to read that y'all think is a better option. Like I said, I only started reading this one because there's, I think, only 17 chapters out right now, so it's really in its early phase. Yeah, but with that said, let me know what you all thought of the chapters, and I will see you all tomorrow. We will be watching Platinum End, so check out that video, and I will see you all next time.